SpaceX is accelerating its initial public offering, with a potential listing date as early as June 12. The company has selected Nasdaq as its preferred exchange for the IPO, a move that could mark one of the most significant stock market debuts in history. According to sources familiar with the matter, SpaceX has moved up its timeline after receiving a faster-than-expected review of its IPO paperwork from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The company is now planning to make its prospectus public as soon as next Wednesday, begin its roadshow on June 4, and price the share sale as early as June 11. This revised schedule brings forward a process that was previously expected to occur later in June, possibly around Elon Musk's birthday. The discussions remain private, and SpaceX has not yet responded to requests for comment. Nasdaq and the SEC have also declined to comment. If the listing proceeds as planned, SpaceX will likely trade under the ticker symbol SPCX. The symbol had previously been used by Tuttle Capital Management's SPAC-focused ETF before the firm changed its ticker to SPCK in April. This shift had sparked market speculation about whether SpaceX might claim the newly available symbol. The significance of SpaceX choosing Nasdaq is not just symbolic. It represents a major win for the exchange, particularly given the public attention. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. And potential size of the listing. Nasdaq's decision to roll out fast entry rules designed to speed the inclusion of newly listed large-cap companies into its benchmark Nasdaq 100 index appears to have played a role in SpaceX's choice. This timing aligns with broader efforts by Nasdaq to attract high-profile listings and maintain its competitive edge over the New York Stock Exchange. The decision also follows similar moves by other major index providers, including S&P Dow Jones Indices and FTSE Russell, which have introduced rules to expedite the inclusion of large new listings into their benchmarks. For investors, the choice of Nasdaq could mean greater visibility and potentially broader index inclusion for SpaceX. Stock at launch. The roadshow, which begins on June 4, will be a key phase in the IPO process. During this period, SpaceX executives will present the company's financials, growth strategy, and market position to potential institutional investors. The success of the IPO will depend on how well these presentations resonate with the market and whether demand for the shares meets or exceeds expectations. The final pricing of the shares is expected as early as June 11, with the actual listing potentially occurring on June 12. This compressed timeline reflects a broader trend in the IPO market, where companies are increasingly seeking to capitalize on favorable market conditions and investor sentiment. The accelerated process also suggests that SpaceX is confident in its financial disclosures and market readiness. However, the outcome remains uncertain, as the final decision will depend on a range of factors, including market conditions, investor appetite, and regulatory feedback. The next key signal to watch is the publication of the prospectus, which is expected as soon as next Wednesday. This document will provide a detailed overview of SpaceX's financial health, business model, and the terms of the IPO. Investors and analysts will be closely monitoring this filing for any new developments or potential red flags. The prospectus will also outline the number of shares being offered and the expected price. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Range, which will be critical for assessing the valuation and potential performance of the stock. In the broader market context, SpaceX's IPO could set a precedent for other high-profile private companies considering a public listing. The company's unique position in the aerospace and satellite industries, combined with its ambitious growth plans, makes it a particularly compelling case study. The market's reaction to the IPO will also depend on broader economic conditions, including interest rates, investor confidence, and sector-specific trends. As such, the success of the SpaceX IPO will not only reflect the company's own performance, but also serve as a barometer for investor sentiment in the technology and aerospace sectors more broadly.